Agro's physical state.
I suppose I could have lifted something the size of that bust. I have a strong upper body from working out as an acrobat, and only my legs were injured. However, lifting the bus and looking out the window would have been impossible. There's no way I could have exerted that kind of force in my lower body. That makes it impossible for me to have known the location of the ringmaster's head. Thus, it would be unrealistic for me to drop the bus on him, don't you think?
So he's saying he wouldn't have been able to stand in the window to be able to drop it on the ringmaster's head.
Yeah. I have no doubts in regards to this witness's testimony. It was impossible for him to lift the bus and stick himself out far enough to look. Not to mention that he could have not known the location of the ringmaster's head. A single false step would have led...
Led.
Hang on. Yes, I know. A single false step would have led to even more severe injuries.
That is a typo. Interesting.
What?
It should be LED, not LEAD. Would have led.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's what I was thinking. What is your opinion on the right, Mr. Matter?
I'd still like to proceed with my cross-examination.
He is simply stalling. It's shameful, really.
Can't let her get to me. I've got to focus. Alright. Have you ever lifted up the bus before?
No, I never actually lifted it up with my own two hands. But I should get to it, don't you think? I can't let money out to me on this.
Money? That crazy monkey has lifted Max's bus before?
Refuses to elaborate. Please continue with your testimony, Mr. Ting.
So, what have you been doing to keep in shape?
Well, honestly, I've given up on training. I don't have any plans to return to the trapeze or the tightrope.
You don't say.
But no offense, I'm not worried about losing to you in a race or anything. Now, am I Mr. Phoenix right?
I wouldn't lose either, Slowpoke. I mean, Nick. Whoa. How did the discussion turn to me all of a sudden?
I suppose you could say that I'm stronger than the average bear.
Okay. Boop. And why is that?
Because if I were to do that, I'd end up falling out the window myself. I still haven't got much feeling back in my legs yet. So you couldn't have thrown that bust out of the window? Or he could have lifted it up with his hands and then dropped it.
How long do you think your recovery will take?
You have to remember that my nerves were severely damaged.
So he doesn't have a leg injury, he has a spinal injury. It's very, very bad.
I'm currently undergoing some intensive rehabilitation. This is going to take a while before I'm back to 100%.
If ever.
Let me remind you of another very important point. If the witness was carrying the bust, he would not be able to see out below the window.
Right. Why do you say it would be impossible?
Allow me to explain. You accept that if I was carrying the bust, I couldn't see out below the window?
Well, you still there?
I guess I'm too soft-spoken for it to pick up?
Yep.
You accept that if I was carrying the bust, I couldn't see out below the window? There is no way that I would know the location of the ringmaster's head.
Well, I suppose you've got a point. Hey, Nick? Huh? What if you turn things around? Maybe you can think it's sort of like this. If he knew the location of the ringmaster's head, then he could drop the bust. That does make sense. If only I could prove somehow that Acro knew the location of the Ringmaster's head without looking down.
I think I've already explained things sufficiently.
Can we prove that? We have to do it with evidence.
Oh, yes, we do. We have a note. We have a note.
Uh-huh.
Placed by Acro. Yes. Yes.
No.
Ooh. Oh, we don't have, we don't have, what do you call it? We don't have the, thing to present it yet. We have to make him admit he wrote the note in the first place.
Well, we have to make him admit that the note would have been the connection. However, I do think that we have something that could prove that he would have known the location of the Ringmaster's head.
Do we?
Yeah. It's on this page. I think. Remember, sequence of events. Ringmaster gets to the plaza, there's a thump, and he's found over the box. And then Max flies away. Which means that when he was hit on the head, what was already in the plaza?
The box.
Objection!
Acro, you didn't really need to lean out of the window, did you?
What are you driving at, Mr. Ray?
You already knew ahead of time where the Ringmaster's head was going to be. Quite precisely, I might add.
Objection!
Your silly hinting at things is pointless, Mr. Phoenix Wright. No stalling. How about you show us some evidence?
Because remember, he's saying, the note says, I have conclusive evidence, right? I think that's what it said.
Yeah, so now we can present.
I have conclusive evidence of what took place. So the Ringmaster goes there, it sees the box, and it's like, the conclusive evidence must be in here. Opens the box, smashed in the head with the bust.
Right. I get you.
But I did such a good job hinting.
Yes. Hurry up and explain things, Mr. Wright.
Maybe you should
Explain
take
like
a
I'm
look
5
at
years old.
this. The key point here is the wooden box.
The same wooden box that the victim was found hunched over.
The same. The question is, who placed the wooden box here?
Who?
When Ben and company saw the Ringmaster, they didn't see him holding the box. Which means that this wooden box was already placed at the scene of the crime.
I have to admit that your theory makes a lot of sense.
The moment that the bust came falling down was exactly the same moment that the Ringmaster lifted up this wooden box. Which means that the answer to all these questions is now crystal clear.
Yeah. You mean... if the bus were to fall upon the point marked out by the wooden box...
there would be no way that it could miss the head of the victim. 9!
Order! This is unbelievable!
Finally, some of these loose ends are starting to tie themselves up. Now I just gotta keep going. There's only one way to go from here. Forward.
So the next question I have is, who placed that wooden box at the scene?
It was Mr. Dingling, of course. He connected it to a rope, and then all he had to do was lower it down. Ow!
Allow me to flip some sense into you. Mr. Phoenix Wright.
Ow!
So Ringmaster's head could have been anywhere when he lifted the box.
That's why the box was so specially made.
Specially made?
Indeed. It had the most peculiar feature, which was the weight? Small but strong locks. Yeah, that's not one of the options.
Oh.
So it's got it. Remember, everybody's like, "Oh, it's heavier than it should be."
Yeah, it is.
The box has a remarkable weight.
Weight. According to the court record, it weighs 20 pounds.
Just to lift up this wooden box would have required...
Oh, I see. One would have to squat down and then lift with their body, wouldn't you say?
That's exactly what I was trying to point out. The box is also very large.
The box also has carrying handles on either side, doesn't it?
That is correct. To lift up the box, you'd have to squat down. Which means that no matter who you are, your head would be in approximately the same place.
Full.
He still doesn't look concerned. Does he even bother to listen to me anymore?
I've heard what you've had to say. I must admit, I'm shocked at your imaginative skills. Did you do it? Did you place this a wooden box in the plaza? Mr. Wright may have a vivid imagination, but I could never have done what he's proposing.
What?
Mr. Wright, do you recall the original location of Max's bust?
It was in the cafeteria, yes. Of course I remember. It was on top of the table in the cafeteria.
Then what happened to it? I'd like you to remember one important fact, Mr. Wright. I could not possibly leave a lodging house by myself.
Ah, that means...
You understand what I mean, don't you? I may very well have been able to track the bus from my room. However, how would have I gotten the bus from the cafeteria to my room? The same as the Phoenix Wright explains that. Don't forget, you're set. There was no accomplice. Tell us exactly how the witness would have carried the bus from the cafeteria.
Yep, we definitely have a problem here. But this is no place to get perplexed. I've got to get my wits about me and prove how things happened once for all.
Alright, Mr. Wright. Let's hear your explanation. How did the witness get the bus from the cafeteria back to his room? Accurate. Ooh.
I
The
mean,
monkey.
it could be the monkey? I guess?
Maybe it was already there in his room.
No, he still had to get it there somehow, but yeah, I guess he could have.
A monkey?
Everyone knows money. He loves shiny objects of any size. Actually, this really helps with the press really helped with that, because it's like, yeah, money took it before. He could lift it. Oh, did he?
Oh, like when he stole the ventriloquist ring. So? Are you saying the witness had a monkey steal the bust?
Of course he didn't order the monkey to steal it. The monkey stole it on his own, and then brought it back home.
Oh.
Money lives in Acro's room.
Acro's room?
Objection!
But the bust was bronze, wasn't it? Bronze isn't all that shiny.
Objection!
Maybe you should put the whip down sometimes and read the court record.
Ouch.
Damn.
Why, those are some very nice cards he's holding.
Yes, and they are made of platinum, which is
What?
very shiny. Is it? I
Platinum is-
guess. Bronze and platinum is a weird combination, I'll tell you that.
Yeah, it's not. 9.
Acro! Money is a strong monkey, right? It'd be easy for him to bring the bus back to your room.
If he wasn't able to handle that himself, I'd be on the market for a new roommate.
So he admits that it was a possibility.
Yeah. Order! I said order, Miss Von Karma! Where is the bus in question at this moment? I don't know. They are searching for it as we speak. This is a rather strange turn of events. But let's say that the monkey had not stolen the bust. What would have happened then?
Well, in that event, something else would have been used as the murder weapon. Wait! Then you mean this bust was the murder weapon purely by accident? It's possible. Maybe Acro saw Money's mountain of stolen goods and thought to use one of them. Anyways, I think we've more than proven one critical fact. Namely, that it was entirely possible that Acro was the murderer.
Dummkopf.
Doomkopf!
Which means blockhead. Mr. Wright, this argument was so circular I'm still a bit dizzy. However,
It's backed up by the evidence.
his argument does hold water. There's no denying that.
If anything is a requirement here, it's reasonable doubt, which we've established. Not because our description of the crime is the truth, but because it's a possibility.
Right.
So,
we've proven that there could have been an object heavy enough that was already inside Acro's room that he could have used as a meta weapon.
and we know that he could have pushed it out without looking because he knew where the box was, all sorts of stuff, yeah.
Doesn't seem so
That's
Is that how you say flamboozled? Like,
I
I can't say that word in German. Don't be so flamboozled, especially by this fraud of an attorney. Yeah, there's no all sound in German, so it's always la.
Fraud?
You've forgotten the absolute most important thing, Mr. Phoenix writes.
And what is that?
You should know. You forgot that your fraud of a magical client was spotted at the scene of the crime.
Ah!
There's no reason to doubt the clown's testimony.
Except that he said he saw somebody fly.
That's true. How do you respond to that, Mr. Wright?
Nick, don't let her beat you now! I won't. This is my chance to turn this trial around.
When the matter occurred, there were two people at the scene of the crime. One was the victim, Russell Berry, and the other was the murderer himself. Answer this and only this, Mr. Phoenix writes. Who was the murderer the clown saw?
Who was the murderer the clown saw?
Well, there's only one murderer.
Right, but we've
Oh,
established that Acro has to be in his room, so he couldn't have been at the scene of the crime.
Who was the murderer the clown saw? Was it Russell himself?
No,
Dressed in his clothes?
Nope, because he's punched over the box.
No, but the clown saw, right?
Yeah.
Was it money?
It couldn't have been money. No, money is a monkey, not... Plus, we can't present evidence that it was money. I mean, we could, but it's not that. This one I do know. And the hint is, it's nobody on this page.
It's nobody on this page. Well, that's why I said money for a start.
Right.
Who's missing?
What was Russell Berry killed with? According to our theory.
The bust.
Which looks like...
Oh, are you saying that he didn't actually see a person? He saw the bust fly up?
He saw Max's... Ow!
I asked who was the other person I saw on the scene. So that evidence has nothing to do with the question.
Objection!
Au contraire, mon frere, it does indeed have something to do with the question. Mo said that he saw Max's silhouette. But he did not actually see the man himself. It wasn't a human being he saw.
How is that possible?
It's simple, really. What Mo actually saw that night was Max's bust. The fact that we keep making jokes about his about it being his tits is great.
What are you talking about? Have you tried using your brain at all in this case? The silhouette he saw was wearing a cloak.
There's no reason why you couldn't attach a cloak to a bust. It would be easy to hang one off the cards in the bust's hands.
Idiots. Who does that right mind would put a cloak on a bust?
It doesn't matter who put it on the bust.
Just wait a minute now, Mr. Wright. Who put the cloak on the bust? That question is the utmost importance to this case, don't you agree?
Ah, you caught me.
So, let's have it, Mr. Wright. Mr. Wright, who put the cloak on the bust?
Alright, who put the cloak on the bust? This is a weird leap of logic.
Weird legal logic.
So, remember, Russell Berry
Was conked on the head.
Yeah, but he's wearing the hat and the cloak. Gets conked on the head. And then, if our theory is correct, the bust flies up into the air with the cloak attached. So who put the cloak on the bust?
Well, all it would have to do is hang off one of the cards. That's what they said, right?
Right.
So Russell put it on. Because it just sort of got caught and lifted up. Don't cough. Him? You're saying it was the victim himself, Russell Berry?
That's what I'm saying.
The victim himself placed the cloak on the bust.
Place the cloak isn't really the right way of putting it.
Then what would be the right way of putting it, Mr. Wright? Explain yourself.
Nick, do you really have a handle on all this? I'm fine, Maya. I'm finally putting all the pieces together. There's really only one picture I can paint anyways. Alright. So you want to know what really happened that night? Let's step back in time. Acro used a rope to lower the wooden box onto the scene. Then he attached that rope to the bust, and dangled the bust out of his bedroom window directly above the wooden box. At the same time, the ringmaster told Max to wait in his room, and went to the scene. Of course, at the time, the ringmaster was wearing Max's costume. Perhaps he didn't want anyone to recognize him that night. But just as he feared, he was spotted at the entrance of the lodging house by none other than a ventriloquist and his puppet, Ben and Trilla. When the ringmaster arrived at the scene, he bent over to lift the wooden box. And that's when Acro took his chance and released the rope. Now this is when the magic happens. At the very instant that the bust hit the victim,
That's so stupid. You wait a second. You wait just a second, Mr. Phoenix Wright. As much as you try, as much as you scheme, this just isn't true. It can't be.
it's still a little early to be getting so upset, Miss Von Karma. This circus isn't over yet.
What?
Now remember, the one thing that nobody saw was the roses on the front of the cloak. So this actually kind of makes a weird sense. The impact of the bust on the victim threw the cloak up, which snagged onto the bust. That impact also caused the sound a certain witness heard, prompting him to take a look. That witness was, of course, Lawrence Moe Curls, the clown. When Moe looked out his window, the cloak had already snagged onto the bust. Now, having completed the crime, Acro naturally went about pulling up the murder weapon. Of course, he had no idea that Moe saw the bust being raised with the cloak dangling on it, primarily because, in his wheelchair, he couldn't see out of his window. So he just kept pulling the bust up. And that is how the magical murderer disappearing into the sky came to be.
Silence. Everyone
see,
is just...
The only person who could have pulled this off is the one person who was able to drop the murder weapon from above the crime scene. Acro. It could only have been you. Acro's been playing mind games with all of us. He sure has. He has come to the end of his rope now.
So?
What now?
You've dressed us with a rather long-winded tale. But do you have any evidence that proves that your fairy tale is true? Evidence? Like, he's completely forgotten he's just been listening. Like, oh, yes.
This is an amazing story. What are we doing again?
In this card, only two things matter. The power of evidence and the power of my whip. Don't forget the power of my gavel as well. By our powers combined, Mr. Wright. Let's see some evidence.
Nick, they say they want evidence. I just explained how there can only be one possible murder method. But there is still something unusual about Moe's eyewitness account. Unusual? A contradiction, actually. Okay then, use that and get out of this jam.
There's enough talking amongst yourselves. Proceed, Mr. Wright. Present some evidence to the court that backs your claims. I want hard proof that you've unraveled the trick to this magic case.
Well, shit. So there's a contradiction, huh?
Hard proof.
A contradiction in Moe's testimony. It's not the hat, is it? That wouldn't make any sense.
Well, no, he saw the... I don't think it was a hat, but he did see the hat fly away. And then it was found.
Well, he saw the bust fly away, and the bust has the hat built in. Plus, we don't actually have the bust. We just have a picture of it. Shit, I don't actually know. Like, the hat is the only thing that I guess, makes sense?
You can try it. We've got a couple of chances.
Oh. The problem is Max's 3 symbols. You know, the silk hat, the cloak, and the white roses.
Those symbols were a problem numerous times during yesterday's proceeding.
Yesterday, there were 2 contradictions in Moe's testimony.
The silk hat was fun. The white roses was the answer.
But the theory I just presented explains all of these contradictions.
Oh, don't you ever shut up?
Max's silk hat was found at the scene of the crime. However, remember what Moe said yesterday. He testified that the criminal he saw fleeing the scene was wearing a silk hat. There's only one explanation for that. The silk hat that Moe saw was actually the bust's.
Makes sense. If you look at it that way, then he did see the silk hat. Well, sort of.
Objection!
Fine, you've got the one. But what about the other contradiction? The other contradiction? Remember what was that... Remember what that ventriloquist said in court? He said he witnessed white roses on Max's chest that night. The clown's testimony doesn't match. The clown said that there were no white roses. I'd like to see you try and explain that one away.
Can you do it, Nick? Of course, I can explain all of it.
What was that?
Please recall the instant when the cloak snagged onto the bust. If the cloak snagged onto the bust, what happened to the white roses? Dude, they were facing backwards.
Yeah, well, inside.
Yeah. Do you get it yet? If the cloak got snagged onto the front of the bust, it means that the white roses would end up on the back of the bust. Which explains why Moe didn't see them. The white roses were not visible because they were on the back side of the bust.
Well, no, they'd be on the inside of the front of the bust.
Well, yeah, basically, they'd be the wrong direction.
Order, order. This is quite the shocking state of affairs. Mr. Wright's theory sounds a bit absurd to me. However, let's just keep going down this road for a while and see where it leads.
Let's do this, Nick. Then maybe Von Karma will finally throw in the towel. Fucking hell. Fucking hell. Well, so much for that theory.
Mr. Wright, do you mind?
What is it?
You took the time to research our circus, didn't you?
Well, yes, I did. Is there something making you think that I didn't?
If you did, then maybe you'll understand why I think you're off track.
Why is that?
What if this witness feels an incredible debt of gratitude towards the ringmaster? Anyone with any relation to the circus is well aware of this.
Huh.
Zaz says absolutely no way someone like this would kill the ringmaster.
I mean, there is a good point there. Why would he have killed Russell Berry? Yeah. Doesn't make sense.
It's true. Yana, I'd like you to hear Akko's story. Learn about his relationship with the ringmaster. And his life up until now.
Well, what do we do? There's no doubting that Akro deeply respected the ringmaster. Akro's motive.
It seems that this case isn't over yet. Very well. However, I feel this is a good place to take a break. I will listen to the rest of Mr. Dingling's testimony next time on CharacterSelect. Scott will now take a 10-minute recess.
Oh boy. So thank you very much for watching. Make sure to click that like button down below if you liked it. And why do we have to prove everything? Fuck!
I thought we were done. I honestly thought